Everyone eventually meets an obstacle they didn't choose, a rejection, a financial loss, a broken relationship, a failed plan, an illness, a career that suddenly stops moving. And when it happens, most of us ask the same question: why is this happening to me? But more than 2,000 years ago, the Stoic philosophers asked a different question: what can I do with what has happened? That small change in perspective lies at the heart of Ryan Holiday's "The Obstacle is the Way." The obstacle may block the road you expected to travel, but sometimes, learning how to deal with the obstacle becomes the road itself. Chapter 1: Life doesn't follow your plan. We spend enormous amounts of energy planning the future. We imagine careers, relationships, businesses, investments, education, health. Then reality interferes. Something changes. Someone says no. The economy turns. A plan collapses. And suddenly, the life we imagined collides with the life that actually exists. The Stoic response isn't pretending that the problem doesn't hurt. It is refusing to waste energy, demanding that reality should be different. The first task is to see the situation clearly. In the face of adversity, we must move from emotion to observation. Chapter 2: The Stoic Foundation. Ryan Holiday's framework draws heavily from ancient Stoicism, particularly thinkers such as Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca. Stoicism does not teach emotional numbness. Its central concern is judgment: what belongs to us, our decisions, our effort, our interpretation, our response, and what often does not. Other people's opinions, the past, random events, economic conditions, the behavior of strangers, the final outcome of every attempt. Confusing these categories creates unnecessary suffering. When we try to control the uncontrollable, we lose the power over what we actually can change. Chapter 3: Perception. The first discipline is perception. An event happens, then the mind interprets it. This is terrible. My career is finished. I'll never recover. Everyone is against me. But the event and our interpretation are not always the same thing. Our rejection is real, but the prediction that your entire future is ruined is an interpretation. A financial loss is real, but believing you can never rebuild is an interpretation. Stoic thinking creates space between the event and the story we tell ourselves about the event. Inside that space, better decisions become possible. Chapter 4: Control what you can. Imagine dividing your problems into two categories: things you can influence and things you cannot. You cannot control whether everyone respects you, but you can control your conduct. You cannot control the economy, but you can control aspects of your spending, preparation, and risk. You cannot change yesterday, but you can decide what you do this morning. Yet enormous amounts of human energy are spent trying to control things that cannot be controlled, while neglecting the things that can. When the road is blocked, ask, can I go around? Can I go through? Can I wait? Can I learn something? Can I change the objective? Can I build another route? When the road is blocked, ask, can I go around? Can I go through? Can I wait? Can I learn something? Can I change the objective? Can I build another route? Wealth Entertainment 21. The person who survives difficulty isn't necessarily the strongest. Often, it is the person who keeps adapting. Resilience is built in the movement. Chapter 6: Turning failure into information. Failure contains information. A failed business can expose a weak model. A rejected application can expose missing skills. This doesn't mean every failure is secretly wonderful. Some losses are simply painful. But once something has happened, there are only two possibilities. We learn from the information, or we waste it. The past cannot be edited, but it can be studied. Wealth Entertainment 21 presents the study of history as the blueprint for future victory. Chapter 7: The Will. The third discipline is will. Perception helps us see clearly. Action helps us move. Will helps us endure what cannot immediately be changed. There will be situations where effort does not produce an immediate solution. Grief, long-term uncertainty, economic hardship, a difficult recovery, waiting. Here, strength looks different. Sometimes courage means attacking the problem. Sometimes courage means enduring it without allowing it to destroy your character. Chapter 8. The danger of toxic positivity. There is an important distinction. Stoicism does not require pretending that everything is positive. Pain is pain. Loss is loss. Injustice should not simply be renamed an opportunity. Forced optimism is often just another form of denial. The useful question is not, how can I pretend this doesn't hurt? The useful question is, given that this has happened, what is the wisest thing I can do next? That is a far more demanding philosophy. Chapter 9. The Modern Stoic Method. When you encounter a serious obstacle, use this 5-step process to navigate the chaos. 1. Describe the facts. Remove exaggeration. What actually happened? 2. Separate control from uncertainty. What can you influence? What can't you? 3. Identify the next useful action, not the entire solution, just the next move. 4. Extract information. What does this situation teach you? 5. Prepare to adapt again, because one solution may create another problem. Resilience isn't rigidity, it is intelligent persistence. Wealth Entertainment 21 reminds you, adapt or perish. Chapter 10. When the obstacle becomes the training. Difficulty changes us, but not automatically for the better. Hardship can make people wiser. It can also make people bitter. The difference often lies in what we repeatedly practice while going through it. Patience is trained by situations that require patience. Courage is trained by situations that create fear. Adaptability is trained when plans collapse. Self-control is trained when emotion demands reaction. You don't need to wish for adversity. Life provides enough of it. The task is learning how to use what arrives. The fire that consumes the straw tempers the steel. Chapter 11. The Discipline of Assent. Between an impression and a reaction, there is a moment of judgment. The Stoic practices the discipline of assent, refusing to agree with destructive thoughts. Practical 7-day Stoic Challenge. Day 1. Write down one obstacle currently consuming your attention. Day 2. Separate facts from interpretations. Strip the situation down to the bare truth. An impression is just a shadow. It is not the truth. When your mind says this is unbearable, stop and ask, is it really? Or am I just assenting to a story of weakness? Control your perceptions. Day 3. Make 2 columns, control and cannot control. Day 4. Take one concrete action inside your control. Move just 1 inch forward. Focus your energy where it matters. Your mind is a gatekeeper. Do not let every stray thought enter and take root. Assent only to what is true and useful. Wealth Entertainment. 21. Guard the gates of your focus. Day 5. Identify one lesson hidden inside the problem. Day 6. Imagine the obstacle lasting longer than expected. How would you adapt? Mental rehearsal for resilience. Chapter 12. Stoic Silence. We often speak to hide our fear or to control others. The Stoic learns the power of silence. Silence allows you to observe without judgment. Day 7. Review your response, not merely the outcome. The objective is not to eliminate every problem. It is to become more capable of meeting problems intelligently. Silence is not passive. It is a form of active intelligence. By remaining quiet, you see the obstacle for what it truly is, rather than what your ego wants it to be. Move in silence. Final cinematic message. You cannot choose every obstacle that enters your life. You cannot guarantee that every effort will work. But between what happens and what you do next, there is still a choice. Chapter 13. The Birth of Stoicism. Consider Zeno. He was a wealthy merchant who lost everything in a shipwreck. He arrived in Athens with nothing. Most would have cursed the gods. You can panic, you can deny, you can blame, or you can look carefully at what remains within your control, then act, then adapt, then continue. The obstacle does not automatically become the way. Instead, he walked into a bookstore, discovered philosophy, and started teaching on a painted porch. He later said, "I made a prosperous voyage when I suffered shipwreck." The obstacle was his rebirth. What you do with the obstacle determines whether it becomes the way. And perhaps that is the deeper lesson. Life does not become meaningful because the road is clear. Sometimes, meaning is built by learning how to walk when it isn't. Chapter 14. Overcoming procrastination. Procrastination is a refusal to face the obstacle. We wait for the right time, but the Stoic knows that now is the only time that exists. Think about one obstacle you're facing right now. Then ask yourself, what part of this is still within my control? Write your answer in the comments, and subscribe for the next documentary in our 50 Books for Personal Growth series.